Oh my gosh. It's been a long time since I've recorded a hunting podcast.
Yeah.
Long time.
It's been 1 year for me.
Has it really been 1 year?
Yeah, the recap was the last one.
No shit?
Right?
Wow. I don't honestly, I do not remember.
Recap's my last one.
It's been months since I've recorded a podcast for OP. The 3-man podcast, it's been a couple months too. But
yeah, does anyone know why?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't broadcast it. Honestly, I don't think anybody really gives a shit.
Probably not.
It's just an excuse.
Yeah. A
But-
pretty good excuse.
I mean, I guess we could start the podcast with an excuse. If you want to tell a story of what happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have no fucking idea. So, oh, man.
June 26th.
June 26th.
Yep.
We went to check trail cams.
Yeah. Yeah.
We checked one. And went to go check the second one. We checked the second one, actually. Got back up to the truck. I think we had like a small buck and a bull on camera.
Yeah.
And
I only know that because I took photos on my phone of what was on the truck.
yeah, secretly there was a big bull down there. It was fucking cold cocked and you forgot about it. No, so we get back up to the truck and it was hot that day. It was like 100 degrees, but we didn't exert ourselves too much.
No.
So I don't think it was heat related. It could have been. But I'm wearing a fucking beanie and I never passed out. But anyways, so I'm in the truck. I fire it up, turn the AC on. Garrett's taking a leak at the front of the truck. And do I say this?
You do whatever you want.
Okay.
Just, yeah. I don't care.
Okay.
No shame.
Okay.
I've got no shame.
Okay. So Garrett's taking a leak, and I'm messing around on my phone looking down, and I look up, and Garrett's not standing there anymore. Garrett's fucking weird. He will take a shit right next to the truck.
Right.
He doesn't care. He'll take a shit right next to the truck. So
I don't give a shit, pun intended.
yeah. So in my head, I'm thinking, he's taking a shit. Minute goes by.
Yeah.
So
Was it that long?
yeah, I was like, maybe he has one hung up or something.
Wow.
I don't know. But so I look up and I'm starting to act like, man, where did Garrett go? And I look up probably after a minute and you're standing there and you look confused. You're like, you ever watch Encino Man, the caveman thing? Yeah, you're like that, like looking around like what the fuck's going on? And you turn around. And there's just blood pouring out of your head. I'm like, okay, this is not good. So I get out, and by the time I'm out of the truck, you're passed out.
Really?
And you're laying there. So I go up, hey, man, wake you up, and got you up, got you in the truck. Luckily, the head quit bleeding. And the whole way back, we called Kim, your wife, called her, had her meet us at your house. But the whole way back, you had 2 questions. What happened? Where am I? I probably answered those questions fucking 50 times.
Really?
Yeah. But you forgot a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah,
like you didn't even remember killing your bear this year or killing a bull with me last year during that day.
Yeah.
Or, after you hit your head the rest of that day, you had no idea. And then I think I called you. You called me a few times when you're at the hospital. Trying to figure out. Yeah,
I don't remember.
You called me fucking 5 times. Hey, what happened? Told you. Every time you called me, I told you. But, yeah, so that's why Garrett was concussed.
Yeah, I had apparently a severe or stage 3 or whatever you want to call it. I don't remember 6 to 8 hours of that day still.
Yeah.
I have pictures and videos. It's really weird because I have pictures and videos of what we were doing from that day, and I don't remember taking them or anything. So it's like really weird. It's just really weird. So, yeah. I mean, not that that's why I haven't uploaded, but that's been part of the reason I haven't uploaded.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, yeah. So, like I said, no one really gives a fuck. People are going to listen to this and be like, oh, no, that's not good. And then 5 minutes later, they're going to be eating a taco.
Right,
so,
exactly. Still alive. That's all
yeah, I'm still alive, but did you die? So I'm still alive. We're good. Everything's good. We're uploading again. But this episode, I've never seen you so excited to record an episode.
I think I'm just getting used to it.
Yeah?
So getting a little better at talking.
This episode would not have happened without you pushing for it. Because I've been talking about it for a while, and then you're like, we just need to do it.
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah. So this is going to be a preseason, what we're excited about, what we're using, what we're experiencing, what we're seeing. And you and I, for a lot of years, have been trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together on what in the hell are these bulls doing? Why are they doing it? Where are they coming from? Like, we saw a bull today, this morning. Where in the hell did that bull come from? Because I've been hunting up there a lot. I haven't talked to anybody else that's seen him. I mean, not that you.
That's my first time I've seen him.
Yeah,
but
he's a good bull.
Yeah, and running cameras we've been running cameras for the last 5 years pretty consistently, and like just this weekend. So a couple days ago, that picture of that 5-point I sent you. That's the second time we've had that bull on camera, but we thought he died, or who knows, maybe just passing through. Mm-hmm. And finally, we got a picture of him. He's not that far away, but trail cameras can't determine how many bulls are in an area, or that bull has to use that trail that your camera's on to determine he's there.
Right.
So he could be using a different trail.
Yeah.
For the whole season, he could still be in there. That's kind of what
That's what's frustrating. It's almost like you need a 360 camera.
Yeah.
Is there a thing out there that's a 360 camera? That'd be sweet.
Probably is.
Put
it on a fence
that you can
post.
just put it like on a tripod or something.
Just hammer a fence post.
Yeah. Listen, somebody makes trail cams, take that and run with it. But it just seems like the trail cams are a double-edged sword for me, because I know there's elk in there, and even though I'm not getting pictures of them, I still know there's elk in there. So it's like, if somebody's got a trail cam and they don't know that there's elk in there, they're not getting any pictures of elk in there, they give up on that area and they're walking away from elk.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, they're just fun for me at this point. I've never killed anything on trail camera, so I'm just, it's kind of more of a just have fun with it thing.
I will say that the buck that you and I found last year after deer season this morning, is a buck that we had seen last year that I put a trail cam up within a week. I had pictures of him. He blew up this year.
Blacktail are different. I think they have a small home range.
100%.
Yeah, but those fucking Roosevelt bulls, I don't know. I still don't know shit about them.
Well, what's frustrating is that our local wildlife agency doesn't do any really good studies on them either. They don't know what a mature bull does throughout the season.
Yeah, that's a mystery.
And why he does it. How far he goes.
Just when you think you got them figured out, they switch it up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like I said, the whole trail cam thing is just for fun now. I've never been able to pattern a bull, ever. And I've been bow hunting for, this will be my ninth or 10th year. Let me think about this. This is my 10th year bow hunting, and we've never patterned a bull.
How many years out of those 10 years have you killed a bull?
Well, this is my 10th season. I've killed 7 bulls in 9 years.
That's crazy.
So,
that's really good.
It's pretty good.
That's
not
better than average.
Don't want to sound cocky, but yeah, it's pretty
good. I'm pretty good.
But
do you think it's the beanie?
It's a fucking beanie. AIDS and success.
Oh man, I mean that success right there flies in the face of what an average success is. That's what the average guy kills a bull every few years.
Yeah, but this is my life.
This is what we do.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
I dedicate everything. I don't care if you give a fuck about elk. I give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about deer, and I don't give a shit about bears. Elk is where it's at. I do like killing deer and bear. But
it's fun, but when you have an elk tag in your pocket.
I determine a successful season on elk. I
Same
can
here.
kill a bear and a deer and not kill a bull. That's a shitty season.
Agreed. My season, like you, hinges upon
it's all about the
success
elk.
for elk. It could be a dink. I don't even care.
I could care less if I hunt bear and deer the rest of my life. I don't have to.
Yeah.
Just elk. That's all I care about. Well,
I'm in the same
this
boat.
is my last year deer hunting, probably for 5 years.
Because of your kids?
Because of my kids. Axel's turns 9 next year, so be mentoring him. By the time he's ready to hunt or can hunt legally on his own, the girls are going to be at that age, mentoring them. So
right. So what are you excited about? What have you seen prior to season that may be different? What
most bulls I've ever seen this year.
What do you think that's for, or why? Why?
Well, I think it's because they're logging. We're seeing more
logging.
It's got to be. We've been hunting this ground for years, and there's no units. Now they're punching in units, which is kind of almost shitty in a way. We're seeing elk. It's great seeing elk.
It
but
sucks.
Now everyone else is going to be in there.
Exactly, because there's units, and units are eye candy for hunters.
Yep.
And I tend to – it's really funny because you and I, before we even met, our strategies were pretty freaking similar. I didn't care about units. I killed one bull in a unit, I guess. Actually, two now.
Yeah.
But I don't seek out units in glass and then try and make a stock. I'm trying to find low pressured areas that hold elk. So when I know I hear a bugle, I go after it. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
All I hear everybody bitching about is all these bugles they hear from other hunters. I'm like, the morning you and I shot my bull, we heard other bugles because there was like three other groups of hunters watching us. But that was the only time I really heard another person bugle all season. It's not as sexy and it's not as fun to hunt that gross, thick, reprodish young timber. But that's where I find most of my success.
Yeah, for sure.
You're the same.
Yeah, it's that. I don't even know what to call it. Where we hunt the wispies. You know what I'm talking about. I call it the wispies, like the age of reprod where it's just fucking thick. You can barely walk through it.
Yeah,
bulls live in there.
Yeah.
So
it's nice and cool. They can hear you coming. A lot of security. There's not a lot of feed in that stuff, but I mean, it's just no one's gonna bother them in there.
No.
I mean, we will, but
we do. But like, it's going to be up close and personal. You're not spot stalking in there.
No,
this is for calling.
No, you're an elk.
I mean,
going to kick another elk's ass.
Furthest shot I've ever taken on a bull, where we hunt now, is 30 yards.
What's your furthest shot on a bull
40,
ever?
40 yards. Closest is 10.
Really?
10 yards.
My closest is 17.
17.
Yeah, and I'm more proud of that shot than my longest shot.
Well, that bull I killed at 10 yards was self-defense. That thing was coming in.
That was your big bull, wasn't it?
Yeah, if I didn't shoot him then, he's probably going to fucking run me over. So
I want that.
That was epic.
Yeah.
Last year was 25, I think I said, right? That was a cool encounter, too.
I thought you said it was 40.
No.
It was closer?
I saw him at 50 rubbing a tree.
Okay.
Got his attention. I bugled at him, came down the trail, and by the time when he had exposed his vitals, he was 25. And then I was drawing back on him when he was frontal because I will take that shot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
at 25.
At 25. He heard something, and he just looks right at me. But I was set up in a fern, and I kind of, who knows if this, in my mind, I'm like, I got to break out my pat, because I'm not even wearing camo that year. I didn't even have fucking camo on. So I put my bow to break it up in front of my face. I'm like, and I could just kind of look down. And I froze, and the bull just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just kept on walking. And I had bugled down in the creek to make it sound like I was further down the drainage, and that bull walks over and looks down the creek.
Really?
Then I drew back, and he looks at me again, but he has broadside at that point, and I let him have it. It was 25 yards.
I wish I was there to film that because that would have been epic.
Open. That was open down there.
Epic experience.
I mean, open as it can get.
Oh, dude, it was like a park down there, minus all the berries.
I mean, 25 yards, I guess, before he exposed his vitals, so that's not super open, but it's open.
Where he died, though, and stuff?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for more picturesque. I mean, maybe like old-growth ferns and stuff, but, I mean, right there, it's such a beautiful spot for that bull to expire and then for us to, like, film it and take it out.
That was fun.
That was sweet.
We need to do that this year.
Yeah, we do.
Might not get the kill shot on film, but I think hopefully we tag out. But I think the whole
do another retrieval video.
Yeah, on both our bulls. I think it's cool.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it's just fun to have. It's fun to share.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to get famous or anything. It's just cool to have for like
your own personal
memories or your kids. Let your kids watch it.
Yeah.
I like that.
So what was your arrow setup last year, and what's it going to be this year?
Same thing. 480. Well, same weight.
So you're using a 250 axis,
250
right?
axis.
4 millimeter or 5?
They're 4s.
4s.
They weigh 488 grains. I'm shooting a 100 grain head. I've never shot anything but a 100 grain head.
Mm-hmm.
But I used tooth of the arrow last year, and I switched it up to day 6 this year, thanks to
100 grain.
Yeah.
And you didn't get a pass through on your bull last year,
but I teed up that rib, which still,
I don't know,
25 yards.
Yeah. Because you're shooting specs. What are you shooting for specs?
Well, my poundage, so my draw is 31.5, and I'm shooting 80-pound limbs, and they're torqued down. So.
Yeah, I hate you.
So,
I'm so jealous. I'm stuck at 28.5.
Well, I told you what sight tape I'm using this year.
Yeah, what was it, 30?
38. So
that's ridiculous.
Shooting pretty fast.
Oh my
I haven't shot through a chrono this year, so I have no fucking clue.
I wish I had your specs.
But those heads, I think the reason I like those heads, they make a nice hole from last year, the tooth of the arrow, but they're not that sharp.
They're solid.
They're hard to sharpen, too, because it's 4 blades in the angle.
Yeah.
But they come with that sharpener, but you can't get them razor sharp.
Yeah, I think you need like a honing oil is what I've heard.
I put some gun oil. I don't know if that fucking did anything, but
I don't
I'll put a little gun oil on the fucking stone.
This is all starting to make sense now.
Yeah, probably fucks them up.
Yeah. Luke, the owner, is probably thinking, God damn it.
Yeah, if he listens to this, he's probably like, what a dumbass.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, dude. Your heads are sweet.
He's a cool dude, though. But the solids, the tooth of the arrow solids look pretty badass, though.
Yeah.
Like, I really like the way those look.
They're tough. I guarantee they're tough. You ain't breaking one of those.
Oh, dude. Well, the tooth, like, they're a good head. They spin so true. But I've landed on the Day 6 for a few years now, and I'm just like I was talking to Mitch today, and I'm like, I don't see a need to change for me. Like, I don't care to really test a bunch of gear anymore. Like, I'm not into that stuff anymore. And I've had such good success. Everything I've shot with those arrows and broadheads have died.
The design's perfect.
I love it.
Makes sense to me. Like, the bleeder is ahead of the ferrule.
Yes.
For penetration, I don't think you can beat that.
Well, that, and I can get them fucking razor sharp.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous. Honestly, I mean, I've gotten heads sharp before, but I've never gotten them this sharp. And I don't think I ever realized, once you get them to, like, this certain level of sharpness, like, a lot of this arrow weight, broadhead style, obviously still important. But if you get a head that's cut on contact that sharp, I don't know what's stopping your arrow. Because, I mean, it would have to be really, really big bone. Because I shish kebabbed that bull last year almost.
Yeah.
It's 62 yards.
Well, your frontal, and it went damn near the whole length of that elk, right?
It came out and we never found my arrow, and it came out right in front of the hip.
So, I mean, it was cooking.
Dude, I mean, they're so sharp. Unless you see it, you're probably not even going to hear them hit.
Right.
It
zipped right through it.
Yeah. And at 62 yards, that arrow went off in the fucking outer space. The second one, I shot him twice.
Well, yeah, those are cutting as soon as they touch.
Yeah.
Those tooth of the arrows have like the, what was it, chisel tip? So it's not cutting until it gets into those blades.
It's kind of, it's the to break the barrier into the elk hide is a little, I mean, maybe that's why, I don't know. I mean, I killed a buck with a tooth of the arrow, that velvet blacktail on the stairwell there. He was at 72.
Yeah.
And smoked through him, right through the hip, out the front. So it's like, man.
I like how they punch a hole, though. Those tooth of the arrows do punch a hole.
They do.
A square.
Yeah.
Basically a square. Yeah. That's nice.
So you're shooting ridiculously fast. You're shooting a medium happy weight arrow. Medium happy. I mean, 480s. 480, what did you say?
It's 488.
Yeah, and I'm 478 to 480.
I like that way. I shot the 580 one year, and it's just like with that heavy of a setup for me, like if I'm off by 5 yards, that could be a missed elk, or you're hitting where you don't want to hit.
Right.
This weight, you're off 5 yards, I'm still going to fucking
It doesn't
hit.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We should chrono your bow and find out how fast you're shooting.
We should.
Because I really am interested in that. So, yeah, I'm using the same setup as I have the last 3 or 4 years. It might even be longer than that. I don't know. 125 grain head, though. You're shooting 100 grain headers.
Yep.
And you're shooting the half out, aren't you?
Yeah.
On the front.
Dude, I was
I'm not
sketched
in love.
out.
I'm not
No,
in love
I
with
was
those.
actually sketched out, but so at my range, I have like this 1/4-inch belting that they use at the mill, and I mean it's thick. So if you miss, you're hitting that. It's like a backstop, and I'm not gonna lie, I've smoked that a few times. This thing's held up.
Has it really?
Yes, and they haven't broke off. Because when I first picked them up, I think what's that guy's name? Daryl.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this thing? It looks like shit, And he's like, oh, that's, the standard whatever
half out
that comes with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like the look of it. And I was actually kind of pissed because he never confirmed with me that these are going on here. And I went home, shot them, hit that mat, held up. I'm like, well, fuck, if it's hitting 1/4-inch belting, it's like a rubber belting. It's holding up.
Are you hitting it at an angle or is it straight on?
It's not straight on, but still, that's thicker than hide.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not a huge fan of those half
No,
outs, but
I want to change it up. I think day 6 components would be sweet, but I got 3 kids, and I'm a broke ass.
I built some
bitch.
4mm with day 6 a couple years ago, and I built them, and then I'm like, fuck, these are way too heavy, and I ended up I think I either gave them to Royce or I did something with them. I forget. I might still have them, but yeah, I was just like, man, they were like well over 500 grains. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, because I shot that one bull, a couple years ago, and that was a 530 grain arrow.
Oh, that was?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. I think I forget, or it might have been 515. I don't know. Because I went down to a 300 spine.
Oh.
And so it was just a heavier arrow, and then I had a 125 grain head on there. And I'm like, man, I mean, I got a pass through on that bull through the meaty part of the shoulder, not bone, but the meaty part of the shoulder, right in the pocket at 81 yards. Right? I mean, but it just.
I found your arrow that year.
Yeah.
Remember, we were blood trailing.
Yeah, you're like, hey, here it is. Yeah, and then it just like, it was like slow-mo waiting for that thing to hit the bull. I was like, God, go, 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 and then.
Was it rainbow?
I mean, not really. It just, I mean, everything's like, I don't know, everything just kind of just slows down when you're in that moment, and when you shoot, it just seems like an eternity when you're waiting for it to hit what you're like hoping to just take home with you, and it's just like, man, I was confident in the shot, but it just felt like an eternity watching that arrow fly. And there wasn't like an overarching. I mean, I was shooting like 261 feet per second that year, so it wasn't super slow.
No, that's pretty good.
But I like to be around 280. This year I'm 271, 270. So kind of happy medium there. But I bet you're over 300 feet per second. You've got to be.
Probably
way over.
Well, I did shoot through a chrono when I was shooting the 580s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was accurate. It was back when Tanner was working at the shop.
Yeah.
And according to him, I was shooting 270 with that big heavy arrow.
With a 580?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're losing 100 grains?
Lost 100 grains.
Yeah. So your efficiency goes up a little bit once you get over like 460 or 480 or something like that. Instead of going like a certain grains per feet per second, it actually it takes more grains to slow down out of the bow for bow efficiency or whatever, and that depends on the bow too. But anyways, in the weeds there. So what are you wanting to achieve this obviously filling a tag, but do you have any goals or anything anything that you're wanting to really do? You're not using a recurve. You're not.
No, my goal for the year is
just fill your tag.
Ultimately punching my tag. And
are you willing to pass up a bull this year?
I don't know. I drew that late archery tag.
Right.
So if I don't punch my tag, I got 2 weeks in January. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember last year.
I would like to say I'd pass on a ragger, but if I got a raghorn in front of me, you already know.
I already know you're not passing shit.
No,
you were talking about that last year, like, oh man, I think I'm gonna pass a bull. I'm like,
probably not, because the one I've only I passed on a shot 2 years ago, that bull that was faced straight away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
I think you should have smoked it.
It was some stupid close range. I forget what it was. What I'd say it was.
I think it was 12 yards, wasn't it?
12, or it was something ridiculously close. But the bull was faced completely away from me. I should have shot him up the asshole.
I mean,
at that range,
me personally,
I passed, and I regret it now because I didn't fucking kill a bull.
12 yards.
I
can hit a bottle cap at 12 yards, no problem.
Yeah, it's kind of unethical.
Yeah, I mean, is it?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to kill it, right? But goddamn, can you imagine getting shot up the ass?
If you didn't hit exactly where you want, you could hit one of those hip, thing. But you also have that giant femoral artery back there.
Yeah.
And
that'll rock it.
Dude.
But still, I mean,
you have to go a long ways through the guts and all that shit to get into the,
right.
cavity. But I feel like if you're close enough, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And the animal's just standing there.
Just for everyone that's listening, I didn't. I actually passed on that shot.
You did. You did. I was the one that was like, did you think about it?
I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
Man.
I'm surprised I didn't do it because, I mean,
You killed a beautiful bull last year.
Well, last year I did, but that was the year before.
Oh, that's right. That's when we had fire dangers, too.
I didn't punch my tag that year, and I was pissed.
Hindsight. do you take that shot?
I will take it right now. I don't want to sound. People are gonna be like, "This guy's an idiot."
Talk about Texas heart shots.
But at that range, 10 yards. Come on, think about
Would
it.
you call that your rusty badge?
The rusty badge. Yeah, 10 yards. I would never take that shot anything past 10 yards. Would you shoot? I mean, fuck, it's got to happen again.
A 20-yard.
It's gotta
a
happen
20-yard. Honestly, no. I don't know if I would or not. If 10 yards?
Either would I. Fuck, I'm just joking, guys.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I know.
God damn it.
It sounds bad.
I thought
but
you
you're
told
like,
me you would have.
I probably
So
would.
I was like on board, like, oh, okay.
Just make you look like a piece of shit.
No, I'm not. No, I sound like a douche.
Dude, honestly, I don't know why this makes. Well, this is a common thing. If it was big enough,
Right.
you would take that shot. Why does the quality of the animal determine your ethics?
That's true.
But for me,
once
if it
in a
was
lifetime, 320-inch bull, which was not the case. I mean,
right,
are you gonna
it was
pass?
a good bull though.
Are you going to pass? Probably not.
Okay, give me the scenario. How far? How far am I shooting this Texas heart shot?
Like, what
Give me a scenario, and I'll tell you whether I take it or not.
like what we okay?
Elk.
Two different scenarios.
Okay.
3-point raghorn. 10 yards faced away opening day.
No brush.
No brush. Clear shot.
I'm fucking smoking that thing, dude.
Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. I'm not even thinking about it.
Fuck, dude. Let me up the ante.
The 10 yards, I shoot 80.
Okay.
I could shoot a toucan.
Wait. Okay. Let me think about this.
Maybe you're talking to the wrong guy.
Well, a 300-inch bull. I mean, how far would you shoot that shot on a 300-inch bull? Roosevelt.
It would have to be a perfectly in line, like not slightly quartered or anything.
yeah.
Like I've got a straight poop shoot,
Yeah.
Right into the thoracic cavity.
Yeah.
20 yards.
20. Yeah.
25? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty.
You got this fucking 300. Okay.
I'm pretty confident.
330-inch Roosevelt.
Yeah.
40 yards up the trail.
I
Doesn't know
wouldn't-
he's eating.
No, couldn't do it.
No?
Nope, not 40 yards.
All right.
So somewhere between 20 and 40 is my ethical cutoff.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Honestly, because, I mean, if you're off 2 inches, you're hitting something probably bad.
Well, if you hit that pelvis, that's it's not even fucking. It's not going to do anything unless you hit that
You
artery.
could hit that artery.
It's going to fuck it up.
I mean,
It's going to hurt. It's going to be in pain.
if you made that shot and it worked, you're like, I'm a freaking genius. But if it
Yeah.
didn't,
You're going to feel like shit.
you're going to feel like the biggest douchebag
Yeah.
that walks the earth. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it honestly.
Rusty badge.
The rusty badge. Honestly, in all seriousness, I don't know. It just have to happen again.
It honestly, well, that is probably the best statement out
Yeah.
of this whole conversation because I've drawn on animals. I can think of, well, that mule deer over here. I've drawn on 2 or 3 different animals where I had to draw on it more than once until I took the shot. Even though nothing changed, it was just all me, all about the way the pin was settling. If everything isn't perfect, I just don't shoot. I've lost animals before.
I've lost one.
In
One bull.
Yeah, I've lost 2 bulls.
But that was a frontal. That was my first time ever shooting frontal, and I shot it high. Ultimately, the bull died. We found it 3 days later.
Oh, the big one? Yeah.
No, not the big one.
No?
This one. You're talking about.
The other big bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not mine. We won't say names.
Copy.
Yeah. But that bull, that is actually my first archery bull. That whole situation was crazy. This has never happened to me since. This bull, I bugled. This bull is like 1,000 yards away. He fucking runs right to me. That has never happened. He came in on a string, pushing one cow and a calf.
He took them all the way?
Pushed him all the way to me.
Really?
And I shot him frontal. And being my first bull, not knowing the anatomy
How
like
far?
I should, is only 20 yards. But I shot high in the neck, and it I don't know, the whole thing was shitty. It came out when we found it. It actually came out in between the shoulder blades. So I don't know what it hit, but it obviously was too high. Because if it's not too high, that's clean.
Did you get a lot of blood?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't hit artery.
So you shot him like right in the throat?
Basically, yeah.
That's crazy.
But I killed my big bull that way too, and that thing bled. That's the craziest blood trail I've ever seen.
That's crazy. Well, that bull I
Shot
shot,
him 10 yards frontal, and that thing just sprayed.
that last year's bull, I shot him about 2 inches low on both of those 62-yard shots
Yeah.
of where I wanted, which 2 inches low isn't a big deal. It's a fairly big deal when you're shooting a frontal
Yeah.
because it's just a small pocket.
Yeah.
And that bull still went 400 yards, 500 yards. I mean, how far did he go? I might not have been 500 yards. But he went really far with 2 arrows that were literally, one was completely broadside, maybe 2 inches behind the heart, and then one was frontal, and I don't know how he didn't make it less than 100 yards. Like,
Right.
I don't know. He didn't bleed a ton either.
Some of them don't. I mean, I've made some good with the bull I killed last year. How much blood did we find? Barely any.
Barely any.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But-
yeah.
You know, it sounds bad. Gotta be careful how I word this. It's almost. I'm almost glad I lost my first. I'm not glad I lost it, but I'm glad it happened early on. Everyone's gonna lose an animal.
Right.
My first animal I lost, and ever since then, I fucking make sure
Really?
that I have a great shot.
I'm trying to think
That's
of
probably why I passed on that bull in 2020. That did sick me.
feeling
The feeling
sucks.
sucks.
I've never lost a deer.
I've lost one bull ever since my first bull was the one I lost. Ever since then, I've made a
You've never lost another animal
no,
besides that first bull.
no.
So I lost a perfect opportunity at a 300-inch 6-point over in Eastern Oregon. I just overthought the shot.
Right.
I had it right where I needed, and then I'm like, no, he's quartered away. I'm going to put a little farther back. Ended up hitting a little low and livered him, and I never found him.
Yeah.
And he was with cows, and then the thunderstorm, I've told the story
Yeah.
a few times, and that one was just, I made a great shot in the wrong spot. I hit exactly where my pin was. I just overthought it.
Right.
And then there was that other one where I shot in this second growth timber. You know about this one too. And I had the bull dead to rights. I think it was 50 yards. And just his head behind a tree, had all day long, executed a perfect shot, hit a branch somewhere around 30 yards. Didn't even know I hit him because I heard that branch and the bull ran off. And then I found half my arrow laying there. Not a drop of blood.
That's kind of another shitty thing about the Coast Range. Some of those branches you don't see.
You don't see.
Like
It's so dark.
2019, I missed a bull. I want to say he was like furthest. This is actually the furthest shot I've ever taken on that bull. 60 yards broadside.
How dare you?
And I thought I was going to smoke him. And there's a limb running the whole length of his body.
That was a couple years ago.
Is in 19. It's 2 days. Is the same day James killed that
killed
bull.
his bull.
Yeah, I missed. I fucking.
That was a big bull, wasn't it?
It was a big bull, and I smoked that limb. I could not see it where I was. It ran parallel to his body, and I fucking. What are the odds? A stick, maybe 2 inches thick, running his body, and I smoked that.
Yeah.
Broke my arrow. Bull runs off, and then we got back on the herd, and James was able to
Arrow another bull.
Yeah, we called in
one of the satellite
another
bulls.
bull, and he shot it, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Dude, we have I don't know if we should even say this on podcast, but we have more bulls than I've ever ran across in a small area.
Yeah.
It just and not very many big bulls though. Just one.
Yeah.
One big
one.
I call a
one
big bull
stud.
anything over 260.
Yeah.
But
Those other ones are good too. Not all.
there's a lot of
220.
Yeah, 220 to 240.
Your average 5.
Yeah, your average 5. Like the ones I have, like the one last year I shot, that's pretty average from what we're seeing. That's probably still smaller than average, but it just seems like your bull that you shot last year's, if he would be the second biggest bull we've scouted out this year.
He's a good bull.
And that he would have been the biggest up until this morning.
But
he was 260 something.
264.
Yeah, and that's a big Rosie.
For I don't know.
For where we hunt.
For we hunt, that's a stud.
Yeah.
Anything over 240 is a stud.
Oh, yeah. I'd be happy with that every year.
Yeah.
When I shot that 255 or 250, I thought I shot a dinosaur, dude.
Dude, that bull looks way bigger in the video.
He looks way bigger in the video. Yeah, when I shot him, I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I thought I shot a 280, 290-inch bull, but he shrunk a lot.
Well, my bull last year shrunk, too.
Yeah. I remember you telling me, like, dude.
But, dude, like.
It's a big bull, though.
But I saw his seconds and his width. That's all I fucking paid attention to. I saw those hooks coming in, and I saw that width, and I'm like, that's a 300-inch bull.
Yeah.
He's wider than my big bull. He's wider. I think he's even heavier. But he just doesn't have the time length.
So for the folks listening, we're pretty much strictly talking rosies this whole podcast, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess so somebody could get something out of this conversation as far as like tactics. What do you look for prior to the season? What are your strategies in order to hit the ground running day one?
Well, shit, I've never really killed anything early, so I'll tell you. I mean, I think opening day, I don't do a lot of glassing, but I think this opening day, I kind of already got my hunt planned out, and
it's a good game plan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk down this drainage and
see what you can see.
Yeah, I won't say my tactic actually because
yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna try that. I've never tried it.
Oh, you don't even want to share the tactic?
No, we can.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'm gonna try tickling the antlers together and see if something comes in because I got a buddy who's done that.
Yes.
2 years. Is it 2 years in a row? He's done it. I want to say 2 out of the last 3 seasons. He's rattled in a bull like opening day.
Dude, I wanted to chop those antlers up from last year, but you wouldn't let me.
We got those sheds
on
man.
my bull.
We got all those shed antlers.
That's true.
Use those.
I need to borrow a couple.
Yeah.
Because I want to do the same thing. Especially when you have so many bulls in a small area.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you try that? They have.
They're going to be curious.
They got to be curious.
Well, I'm not going to go in there smashing them together.
No.
I'm just going to, you know how little bulls spar?
Yeah.
They just kind of
clink their antlers together, feed, clink their antlers together.
We're going to try that this year, see how it works. But that's just an early season tactic. I suck ass at killing bulls early in the season, but later on, do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
I mean, honestly, just looking for rubs, covering ground, looking for rubs. Don't always have to see rubs, but
it's a good place to start.
It's a good place to start, but bugling in the shittiest ground you can find. Get up high, hit every nook and cranny of that canyon.
Yeah.
If there's nothing, move on to the next. That works a lot for me.
That worked. That was our game plan last year, 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
now
bugling 50 times.
That's just a locate. That's
right.
Just part of the hunt. You got to fucking drop in and kill that thing after you get a bugle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
how many times would you say you bugle in one day?
a lot. 100 at least.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll probably
Just
close
depends.
to 50 to 100. Yeah.
But
depending on where I'm hunting.
Covering ground, the way we hunt, we bugle a lot. We're not spot and stock guys. I mean, I would be if I saw a bull in a clear cut. Yeah, I'd try it.
Yeah.
But typically, we don't see bulls in units.
Well, even the bull that we saw in a clear cut, you bugled fucking 30 times before I probably shot him.
Yeah.
I mean, you kept him busy while I could.
That's a good tactic too. And actually, I kind of learned that one from Will. He told me a couple of scenarios that it just seems like a good idea. When a bull's hung up, have that collar, keep that bull's attention on the collar, and shooter sneaks in and shoots. Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
We do that in Eastern Oregon where it's just open.
Yeah.
You just have to have somebody just sneak in. But a lot of times in Eastern Oregon, depending on where we're hunting, units are different because the elk act different. But you have to be on them like that or else they dip out.
Yep.
And it's like, over here you got more time. The bulls aren't running a mile or 200 yards every time they bugle. But it just it worked out really good last year.
It did. And another thing, I mean, we could talk all day about this, but you kind of want to locate a bull bugling when he's bedded down. Because last year, I mean, that's a prime example of when they're up feeding, a herd bull with cows, he takes the cows and he will run with them. He doesn't want to fight you unless he has to.
The bull that you killed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I chased him for 2 miles before he had enough of me. And the only reason I think he actually came in is because I actually quit bugling because he got so far away from me at one point where I'm like, dude, if I keep bugling and bumping him, he's just going to keep pushing his cows.
Yeah.
So I just kind of shut up. I got one last locate, and I'm like, okay, I think I know where he is. Hiked in there, snuck up in there, and then where I thought maybe, where I thought I caught up to him. Like where I last heard him, I'm like, okay, I'm here. Let out another bugle, and he's right there, and then he came right in. Mm-hmm. So
that was
that makes sense.
I'm so pissed. Like, I wish I was there. I think you shot that when I was working, right? Was it during the week?
I don't remember. I was on vacation.
Because I was tagged out, and you tagged out a few days after that.
Yeah, I tagged out on the 13th. You tagged out like a week earlier.
Yeah. I was nine days into the hunt. So,
But
we'll see. But so I guess for early season, one thing I try and do, and we did it this morning. We actually got a bugle this morning,
yeah,
which is kind of funny because we didn't expect it.
no, that was fun. That was awesome.
It's just I was kind of struggling to use this new call, and I was like murdering a cow call, and finally I got one good one out that they could hear.
Yeah,
We just hear this
yeah.
back. I was like,
I think
hell yeah.
that was probably the
Big bull.
big guy.
I think so too. And one of the bulls had wallowed.
Yeah, the little
We
guy.
saw 10 this morning.
10 bulls, one
Big
was
ass
wallowed
buck.
up.
Yeah.
That buck was a stud.
Dude. I kind of want to shoot him just because, or see you shoot him just because we saw him and we've actually attempted to find him again.
Probably never see him again.
Our luck.
That's how big bucks are. You see him once and then you never see him again.
Well, that one buck cam I have up, that big buck never returned. I don't know if he got shot or he just hasn't been back.
Which one?
The one that's been up for 5 months and I've gotten like 2 pictures on it.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
We probably need to move that cam.
Yeah. He'll
That's
be
a
back.
shitty
If
cam.
he's still alive, I think Rut comes around, he'll use that trail.
I hope so.
It's a good trail.
Well, I probably won't have a tag by then. I'm just getting a picture of a big buck.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So if I was free, like this morning, you and I talked about going up. We got up before daylight, got up there at daylight. My goal is to try and find a bull or some cows or something that I can start going after for opening day.
Mm-hmm.
So like it seems like every year when I'm bear hunting, if I'm really getting after it, which I've kind of slacked off on the bear hunting because it just hasn't been very good.
It's been a shitty bear season.
It's been a shitty fall bear season. So I kind of backed off on it. But through hunting those bears, it seems like I find a rut fest before season. And so like I'm trying to find that rut fest to find out where I'm going opening day. Hopefully those bulls or that cow is still, hot if it's close enough to opening day.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that I've done. But I think you're right. I think glassing a unit, and then trying to either ambush, cut them off. Like, what would you do if you saw a bull in a unit? What would be your takeaway from that?
Yeah, just try cutting them off or watch. You could do one of two things: watch him bed, sneak in there, and maybe try coaxing him in with a cow call or something, or try, sneaking in on him.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm just always worried about midday thermals. I just don't like those, especially on the coast.
We never have a solid wind.
No.
It's like you're hunting, you're not hunting, you're hunting, you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, you got that bull in 19 is a prime example. That bull I killed, we have the wind at our face. We're dropping in, and we get down toward the bottom of the creek,
mm-hmm.
and the wind switches, and it's at our back. And James is like, dude, we got to get out of here. I'm like, I'm telling you, man, that bull's on the other side of the creek.
Yeah.
I put money on that wind's going to be back in our face once we cross the creek. In his last day of season, so I was like, let's just fucking
What do you got to lose?
Just got to go for it.
Yeah.
And we did. Sure as shit, dude, that wind's in our face.
Yeah.
Killed the bull. I mean, the wind over here changes so much. It's insane.
Each little nook and cranny and draw can do its own little thing.
You just got to – I go through a bottle of wind checker a day.
Do you really?
Fuck yeah. If I got a bull coming in, I'm checking it nonstop.
Oh, me too.
I'm just like sitting there puffing on it.
I don't go through a bottle a day, though.
I mean,
I probably go through half a bottle to a bottle a week.
Yeah. It's
maybe 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
If it lasts me.
That's the thing, too. I mean, if you're on a bull and he busts you, he wins you, you're pretty much screwed for the next couple of days on that bull at least. There's no way you're getting him to come in after he wins you.
No, you're screwed. You might as well just go home or find another bull.
Another elk.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, season starts next Saturday, and we've got some wallow cameras up.
Got a lot of them.
Now, from your experience, when is a good time to put wallow cams up, or when is a good time to start checking those wallow cams or expecting to see?
I've never had one hit it until September, but that one guy I was telling you about, he has them hit them in August.
We saw a bull today that was wallowed.
Yeah, that bull was wallowed.
Yeah,
but
1 out of 10.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously September is prime time.
Yeah,
but I would never sit on a wallow and hunt a wallow. I don't think
you couldn't do it.
No, they're not.
I mean, if it was really
I
slow
don't
in
think
the
they're
middle of the
productive.
day,
I mean, yeah, maybe
maybe.
hang out there for a bit, but I would
Yeah.
not sit in a tree stand.
I couldn't do it.
Fuck that.
Why would you hunt out of a tree stand for elk when you could get that bugling rut fest, just that adrenaline rush from hell, big bull screaming at you. You're just sitting in a fucking tree. I mean, I don't want to shit on somebody else's strategy there, but I mean, really, you're missing the draw of elk hunting.
I would almost think that'd be more of a strategy for Rockies.
I mean, I know some guys that do it in the Cascades,
Yeah.
and I know some guys that do it more in Eastern Oregon. There's a lot of tree stands you'll find in Eastern Oregon.
Okay, I got a wallow cam. One of my buddies and I have a wallow cam from last year.
Uh-huh.
A bull came in twice, wallowed in it. That's it.
All season.
All season.
How do you kill that bull?
If
Sitting
you're
on a wallow.
If you're sitting on a wallow, you're not.
Yeah.
Unless you're there at the right time.
Yeah. What time of day was it?
Oh, fuck, I can't remember. Probably middle of the day.
Middle of the day, yeah.
But he had hit it. This is really funny. So we hiked in, I want to say a couple of days before I killed that bull last year. Checked that cam.
Mm-hmm.
The elk were in there the day before we were in there. And it's a shithole drainage. We came back after season, I want to say November, because it's such a shithole to drop into. So we went back in there to check it, and that bull came back the day after we were in there.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know where he was, but then
He was close.
yeah, he's somewhere in there. He had cows.
Did you guys call or bugle while you were in there?
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yep.
And then nothing.
nothing.
That's frustrating.
Had cows too.
Really?
So 2 days out of 365 days, not very good odds.
It just doesn't seem like it'd be a very efficient way to kill an elk.
No,
If you're like a retired dude and you got all day every day, then
and you're in a wheelchair.
yeah, and you're using a crossbow.
Oh man, yeah. There's no way I could do it.
I could do it for deer.
Tree stand hunting for deer.
I
Yeah,
had
for
a
sure.
blast
No.
sitting in a tree in
That's
Alabama.
a different game though.
Yeah.
That's a totally different ball game.
If I know I'm going to see something, I will sit there. Because
Right.
I have no problem sitting in glassing units for an hour, 2 hours.
Okay, tree stand hunting for elk in that late hunt.
That could be productive.
That could be
That could be productive. I would do that.
Yeah.
If they
you-
were hitting my bait.
Well, you're targeting feed
Yeah.
that time of year. Right now, we're in September.
You're targeting
we're
cows.
Targeting cows.
Yeah. I mean,
Those bulls are going to be where the cows are.
which we're having a hard time finding cows right now.
Yeah,
We saw one today.
we did.
And I talked to somebody else locally that really knows their stuff, and they're not finding cows either. They're finding bulls.
We saw 10 bulls. That doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt, but to me, that just changes my strategy to raking or
Yeah.
antler touching or whatever you want to do, rattling.
Antler touching.
Antler touching. Instead of calling it raking, I'm going to touch some antlers.
Touching the tips.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you've got that late season tag too, but
I don't want to have to rely on that thing.
but it gives I haven't drawn it in freaking Penny's drawn it a few times.
Yeah. This is the first year
I haven't
hasn't.
drawn it in years, and I put in for it every year. I'm just unlucky. Unless I have the points,
It's
I'm
a good
not drawing
tag.
shit.
We see a lot of bulls that time
You
of
see
year.
a ton. Not a lot of bulls get killed that time of year, though. I think it's because the weather sucks. People don't want to be out.
It's shitty.
Yeah. But you see a lot of elk.
If I had the tag, I think I could probably tag out.
I would be pretty confident.
Not on a big bull, but a smaller bull. I see a lot of you see big bulls that time of year too, but
You do. Sometimes they're together.
I feel like I could kill at least a ragger that time of year.
If I had a spot where they were just in there, that time of year, they're so depleted from the rut, they want food.
Right.
So if you had bait or something.
which is legal.
Which I am not above, by the way. I mean, I'm going to do whatever kills me a bull.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of bait, but it's better than walking around when you're getting monsooned on that time of year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd sit in a tree stand that time of year for sure.
What about a blind?
ground blind?
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Dude, I've got one that's half the size of this room. It's huge.
I mean, we're talking just late season though. I'm not
Yeah.
sitting. I'm not sitting.
Not
in
during the rut,
No,
no.
not in September. I'm not sitting.
No,
down.
some guys would, though.
They don't.
Especially in Eastern
Kill,
Oregon.
they don't kill anything.
Not as much as you do.
I mean, they.
Someone's going to send me hate mail. Rusty badges and talking shit about blind hunters.
I mean, to each your own, but fuck, it just sounds boring.
I feel like there's a lot of guys that fill their tags every year for rosies, but there's a hell of a lot of guys that never kill anything.
Yeah.
Why is that?
For like Roosevelt hunting or
Roosevelt hunting.
Well,
Some guys never fill their tag.
Well,
ever.
We're successful because I'm out there every fucking day. Every day.
You live on the mountain.
I'm out there every day. I'm like every day until I kill a bull. I'm out there.
Same here.
So, I mean, it's not an easy task by no means.
It took me 9 days. It took you 15, 16 days? Yeah. That's not very successful.
No, it's not. I mean,
it's just persistent.
You have to be persistent.
Yeah.
You're going to, I mean, I don't know. It's freaking hard, man.
How many shot opportunities do you get rosy hunting in 1 year?
Usually, I mean, at least a couple.
I'm happy if I get 2.
We've done pretty good the last few years, honestly. Right. I mean, so 20 sucked, but 2019, I killed a bull. James killed a bull with me. I mean, you guys all killed bulls too, but I'm just talking about, like with me.
Yeah.
We killed 2 bulls.
You and Penny, right?
So me and Penny in 18 both killed bulls.
Right.
19, me and James killed bulls. 20, we didn't kill anything, and then last year, me and you killed bulls. So that's kind of, I mean, that's 2 shot opportunities a year.
I average 2. I mean, some guys are better than that. A lot of guys are better than that, but I'm not going to say a lot of guys, but there's some guys that are. I just can't pass up a bull. I'm not that good yet. A rosy for sure. The only time I ever passed up bulls was in Eastern Oregon. I ended up passing up 2 or 3 5s in a rag or in a spike, and I ended up eating my tag.
Yeah.
I was going for a big bull.
Well, that's kind of a different story too. I mean, that's
a good tag.
That's a good tag to have.
Yeah. So you're definitely not passing up bull. I'm trying to shoot the biggest bull of my life this year. Like I told you, like I've been saying this all year. I have a good feeling about this year, but I'm not passing up anything, which makes it really hard to shoot a big bull.
Right. Yeah, I'm not passing up anything. Most likely.
Is your freezer close to getting empty yet?
Not really.
Mine either.
I mean, it's
nice. I've been giving a lot of meat away.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't give any away.
This neighbor, and then the neighbor directly
across.
But
I burgered my whole elk last year, so I need some steak. People are going to fucking be pissed. I burgered the back straps, dude. The whole thing just went through the grinder.
I can't believe you did that.
Freaking screw this.
Oh, my gosh. What you should do is can them.
Dude, I want to learn how to can.
Yeah. I learned and I forgot. My wife has to show me how to redo it again. Yeah. Dude, if I do something once a year, I'm going to have to relearn it every fucking year. I don't retain this shit I don't do all the time.
It's like riding a bike.
Except if you do it wrong, you can blow up your house.
Oh, really?
It's like a pressure bomb.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know about that. I mean, it's like a pressure cooker.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. Kim will basically show me how to do the first batch, and then it's so easy from there. Like, Axe could do it. It's that easy.
It's pretty expensive to get invested, right?
No,
it's not.
You got mason jars and you got a crock pot.
Right.
You're easily. I don't know why I said it like that. Easily.
Sound like
concussion.
I guess so. Like on these podcasts, I get so tongue twisted, and I don't make sense. I'm like mumbling, and I'm halfway through. I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? Yeah. So if I sound like an idiot, I'm sorry. Like I just kind of get ahead of myself.
You're like just talking in circles like Kamala Harris. Like,
yeah.
Don't make any fucking sense.
Dude, yeah. It happens a lot, especially when I'm podcasting.
Yeah. I don't have a good excuse.
Basically because I know people are going to listen to this, and I don't want to sound like a dipshit, but then I sound like a dipshit for over-processing it because I'm just like mumbling.
Well, this is like getting back into the saddle for us because I haven't podcasted in a while. You haven't podcasted in a year.
Yeah.
And people like it when I have you on the show.
That's good.
Yeah. So, well, I think we've hit what we're excited about, what we're doing. Brad's got his game plan. He'll be walking at drainage, trying to spot and stock. Are you calling it all opening day?
Tickling the tips.
Tickling the tips of antlers together.
Yeah, and that's just like opening day. After that, I'll probably move on. Just start hunting the normal way.
I feel like if I know I'm in a spot with elk or bulls, I'm gonna try a lot of raking.
Well, this is
rattling.
In my mind, this makes sense. Opening day, the bulls have not been pressured yet.
Right.
stand a chance of catching them out in the open.
Well, we bugled at that one out in the middle of the open, and he bugled
right back.
He bugled right back.
But after opening weekend, I'm going back to my normal strategy, going to the thick stuff, because the clear cuts are going to get smoked opening day.
Yeah.
Those bulls are going to be blown out.
What do you think about educating elk before season? What's your stance on that?
Depends on the situation. Like what we did is not educating them. Those bulls have they think we're elk. Yeah. Did they run off? No.
They didn't. They kept feeding and one bugled back.
But if a bull's watching you and you're bugling at it and he sees that you're bugling at it and runs off, that might educate one.
Yeah.
Just depends on what you're doing.
People get really hot when you're calling before season.
Well, yeah, one of my buddies, Nick's not going to listen to this, but my buddy Nick called in a bull to the fucking truck.
Yeah.
Like a week before season a few years ago. His dog chased it off. That's educating.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, Nick.
Shout out to Brian and Tanya from Music in the Mountains, but they called in my bull 2 weeks before season.
Yeah.
And he came in hot.
Right.
And he stayed hot for 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. That bull was hot for almost a month.
No, what we're doing today, just trying to find a bull that wants to play.
Yeah.
That's not hurting anything whatsoever.
No.
Wasn't like we blew him out of there. UCal called once or twice.
Yeah.
He responded.
Yeah.
That's it. It's good. We know that bull's he might be vocal opening day.
Yeah, he might be vocal opening day.
So.
Well, if he's in a timber patch or something or a reprop patch and you can't see him, you might be able to locate him that way.
Yeah.
He was like 650 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long ways to hear a bugle.
Yes. Long shot, too, with your bow.
Yeah.
You might want to aim a little high.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I don't know. Typically, I don't know what I'm doing until the day before because I'll let the elk tell me what I should do.
Yeah.
But I'll probably be in the woods every day this week looking and finding and just scouting and working. Luckily, I get to work up there. So I'll be working a lot in the woods this week.
You like that sound?
The train?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it at midnight.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's normally me. I'm on the day job. Yeah. I was on that job for like a few months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back on days now.
Yeah. Didn't you honk special for me last night?
I honk extra loud at that crossing next to Garrett's house. Going through there at 2 a.m.
Can you
I got
a giant middle finger.
Oh, dude, I fucking get a kick out of it because I know you got to hear that thing.
Oh,
right?
Dude, I hear it when I'm trying to sleep all the time. But you get used to it. It doesn't bother me. Now, if you went doot 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 doot, that would make me laugh.
Oh,
you should do that next time.
That last time because the horns kind of only have one setting, but if you hold it extra long, it gets louder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that one day I was wailing on that thing.
Were you really?
I was like, ha.
Is that back when Jared and JJ were in town?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, all right, guys. Well, this is our Back in the Saddle episode. If you guys have any questions for Brad, reach out to, is it Coast Cade Hunter?
Yeah.
Or just Brad Powell. On Instagram, you can get a hold of him. He's an expert.
You can type in.
Resident elk expert.
You can type in Coast Cade. Thought about changing my name.
Coast Cade Ranger.
No, dude. Coast Cade Ranger. It just sounds corny. Coast Cade Hunter. I was thinking about Bradley Powell.
I mean, Coast Cade I think is better.
Yeah.
Coast Cade.
Sounds douchey.
Coast. What would you call it? Coast something, because that's fucking where you're. That's the only place you hunt.
Yeah.
I tried getting you over east.
I don't know where the Cade come from. Coast Cade.
Coast Cade, because Cascade.
Yeah, Cascade, but I never fucking hunt the Cascades.
Well,
it just
the
sounded
Coast
catchy.
Cade is like a mountain range.
Yeah, I like the coast. Cascades for deer sometimes, but
Coast Cade's an aptly named for you.
I have never.
If
elk hunted
it would
in
be
the Cascades.
douchey if it was like killer.
The Coast Cade Killer. Yeah,
you sound like a serial killer.
Fucking stupid. People's names. Do you want to end this and talk
no,
about this?
No, we can go on.
Fucking some Instagram names, man.
You want to shout them out?
No, I'm making fun of them.
I know.
Some of them are cheesy as hell.
You know, one of my favorite ones, because I've talked to the guy and I know a little bit about him, is Trey Hostetler. I've had him on the podcast before. He's a guy from over east, and comes over, kills a fucking beautiful 6-point in Colorado. Comes back over again the next year.
Yeah,
they get another really beautiful elk. It's like, God, dude, like I struggled so hard for 6 years. I didn't kill an elk before I finally started finding success, and he just found success through watching the bro guys and then applying what they teach, and he likes to forge knives. He's like a blacksmith.
Oh, nice.
But his name is Kill Elk Forge.
Kill Elk Forge.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound bad.
No, I love it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
For him, to me, that is a perfect name for that guy.
That sounds good.
Kill Elk Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kill Elk and Forge. I'm like, that's what he's into.
Yeah, that's
and
sweet.
that just seems like a good name.
But if you're
you
like
get some of these,
the Roosevelt Hitman, that's fucking cheesy. I just made that up,
dude. If you have to make a point to tell people that you have slept with 1 million women or you have a big dick, you probably haven't slept with 1 million women,
right?
And you probably don't have a big dick.
Probably have a little shrub.
So if you're like calling yourself a slayer,
the pussy,
I'm calling a lot of people out right now.
We're talking about elk, or are we talking about
anything?
Anything. Oh shit! You want to hear a funny story?
Yes,
dude. So. You might have to edit this out. I don't know how people are going to feel about this. They're gonna be like,
do we know anybody with the name Slayer in their Instagram?
I don't know.
Did I just shit on anybody we know?
I'm a married man. My wife and I have been together, so this is just funny. It's something I can remember.
Uh-huh.
My password at work, like you have to change it ever so often. For some reason, it'll bump me out of my profile because we have to like use it to. It's called hours of service. You won't even know. Like, only I know. Anyways.
Only I know.
If you work at the railroad, you would know.
It's all good.
Anyways, I'm trying to log in. It's not logging in. So I have to go to the office lady. She wants to know my password. I'm like, I don't want to give you
Can I type it in?
She's like, yeah, what's your password, Brad? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, what is it? I'm like, I don't want to tell you. Why? I'm like, it's a little bit embarrassing. Just tell me. Really cool office chick. I mean, she's older. She's funny.
She's
I'm like,
a nice lady.
Pussy Slayer 707. Yeah. She like just had this look of like, what the hell?
I accidentally roasted you.
Pussy Slayer 707. Dude, it's funny. So I got to think of something stupid. That way I don't forget it, right?
Oh my God.
Pussy. Yeah, I had to tell her that though. And I thought it was pretty funny. It was funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
My password is not that.
But I'm not really. I mean, I'm with one person. So
you slay really the same one over and over again.
Hell yeah. You know it. Hi, babe.
I swear to God, I hope she listens to this episode.
She will, and she'll probably be like, "Wow, you're an idiot.
You're sleeping on the couch."
Yeah.
My gosh.
Won't get any for the rest of the year.
Well, I mean, my name is on point, and I am like the biggest fucking retard that I know. I need to wear a helmet when I go in the woods.
You're pretty savvy on the.
I have to squat.
Stuff.
I have to squat to pee from now on.
Wear a fucking baseball helmet.
Yeah. Did you like that thing I sent you the other day?
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
It's like an inflatable cushion.
Yeah.
So if you fall, it like expands before you hit your head. I need that. But so yeah, I mean, don't take yourself too seriously. If you call yourself a slayer, good for you.
Yeah. It's all fun. It's all fun.
So, all right, guys. Well, that's an episode, and yeah, Brad Powell, Instagram is Coast Gate Hunter. Give it a hold of him. Go follow him. Check him out. And for you guys that want to follow my season, I'll be using the Hunt League app again. And just another shout out to them. It's not too late to get entered in that competition. And that prize, it's been a while since I've updated it because I haven't uploaded, but that prize is getting freaking ridiculous. There's a suppressor that has been added in there. There's a new Tika 300 Win Mag that's part of it now. I think it's 300 Win Mag. A rifle scope. That's like a over $2,000 prize package right there.
That's badass.
I mean, it's got to be upwards of 14 to 13 grand now. It's ridiculous. So, and it's super cheap to join the league and everything. I mean, it's free to join the league, but I think it's like the app's like $15 or something like that.
Copy that.
So, I mean, your odds are really good at winning. So, anyways, for the guys that want to win that bear hunt, go ahead and do that. Freaking download the app and join the On Point League. Track your season. It's not a big deal. It's not hard. It's super easy. I was doing it today while we scouted. Did you even know that?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, I was looking over.
Yeah.
Logged.
Yeah, I just saw 10 balls. Done. So it's not a big deal. Anyways, shout out to that, and hopefully we'll have another upload here soon. Get back onto the upload wagon, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.